What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Burndown YouTube channel. We got a familiar sight behind me in a familiar position. It is tire change day. So if you followed along on this channel long enough, you know this is the Twinnebago. This is my twin turbo LS powered motorhome. It's a 72 Winnebago, and I was on a mission to not only build this thing, to have it do a burnout. When I LS swapped it, we pulled it out on the street and I did like one good smoky burnout, but it was ugly. The burnout was phenomenal, but the coach itself was ugly. So I was like, well, when I make it pretty and we paint it and we do all the touches to it and the candy paint and all the fun stuff, and for all the sponsors, I want to get a good burnout video and show that to everybody and so on, right? Well, we tried again, knocked the transmission out of it. So I rebuilt that. We went on our family camping trip, and the transmission ended up being built properly, luckily. And then when we brought it back home, it was just weighing on me because I knew I still had to get it done. So we put these tires on, which are the original ones that came on it. It's a bias ply with the tube, so they're nice and hard, and I figured it'd give me a better shot to spin the tire. And although it did work, I got a little overzealous with the burnout because I figured this one's it. Once we get this thing lit, we're gonna do a burnout of all burnouts and then roll out of it and we'll be heroes. Well, in doing so, what I should have done in hindsight is when this thing got lit, I should have let it roll for a second or two and then let off the brake and just rode off into the sunset. But instead, I let the tires get super hot. The smoke rolled all the way around the Winnebago. Then I thought I'd look really cool coming out of the fog, right? With this, you know, busting out with this thing and take it down the street. Well, the tire got warm and it hooked up probably about 30 feet out of where I was actually doing the burnout because stuff got real hot and sticky. And it blew the freaking spider gears out of the back and messed up my center section. So we fixed that. And now here we are. We have to change these wheels and tires back out, and it is a process. This thing weighs a ton, so we got it chalked up. We got her sitting out here, but we don't have any leaks around here. The rear diff is looking awesome, so we are good there. I can triple check the fluid in it, but I already checked it. We took it around the block and everything was good. And then on this axle too, we are still looking nice and sealed up. We don't have any residual leaking or anything on the wheel. This is sealed as a full floater. Well, today's adventure, this morning I should say, is to struggle and change the tires. It's hard for me to do this. It'll take me quite a while. But once we get that done, the reason we have to change the tires is because I haven't really got it on the freeway. Kind of like got it up to speed to test her out. I drove around the block a few times. The rear end sounded fine. We seem like we're in good shape. So we'll change the tires out to surround ones instead of these square ones, and then we're going to take it around, get the rear nice and warmed up. And I'd like to zip it up and down the freeway a little bit, just make sure we don't hear any funky noise or anything come from the rear end, and we can call this, hopefully today, a victory. So let me change these tires out and hopefully we can zip it around and have a little fun in the Twinnebago this morning before we jump on to other projects. So let's get after it. Before we button it up, I want to show you how glorious this looks. Look at that. And this is where all the magic really happens. And then it's all caked on there. So I think it's safe to say, and I could bet, that there's not a lot of motorhomes on the entire face of the universe that have rubber in the wheel wells like that. Maybe if your tire alligator came apart, slapped some stuff, but as far as burnout rubber goes, I haven't seen that many videos. I've seen some people kind of do it, but that's pretty fun that it's there. So we got the old guys off, right? So old ones are off. We're gonna put the new ones on, and these are a bit lighter than these guys. So let me continue the struggle. All in all, I'm feeling pretty good about it though, because it all came off fairly easily, and hopefully now we can just put it back on, you know, without as much struggle. And then looking forward to taking around the block, getting out, wind in my hair, bass on my chair. I didn't even mean to make that rhyme, but it did, so let me keep going. Ta-da! Well, since it hasn't been months since I've had to do this, I got my system down. So if we jack it up, and I pretty much go as high as I can go before I feel like that jacket's gonna just fold over and die, we stick the big dude here on the frame, and then we lower it back down, and then that drops the wheel out so I can actually move these in and out. So I nailed it this time because this edge is tall enough for me to sneak the tires in and out, and I don't have to like lean them and try to really pick them up. So I didn't beat myself up too bad today, so I feel pretty good about that. We got the first guy in, and I just whacked it as many times as I can until stuff stopped moving. And then we put this guy in, and I whacked him several times, and then I keep running the air compressor out, you can hear it, and let it build up to full pressure, and then we'll whack them again, and then maybe I'll do it one more time. And that's better than me trying to turn it. I got these bars and stuff, but I don't have like a real long breaker bar, so we're just gonna whack it a bunch with that, and then that's good. Then we can go riding. So let me whack this thing a bunch, and then we will set it back down on the ground. We can fire it up and listen to the sweet, sweet sound of turbo LS motors. Woo! All right, it wasn't as bad as today. It wasn't as bad today as it was last time. Last time it was well over 100, and I was on struggle street. I had to adjust the jack a bunch because I didn't really, like I said, I don't whip these off and on all the time because I'm like, oh, let me just go, you know, get some exercise and CrossFit and take my motorhome tires off. So glad I remembered to use the noodle, got it done. Not even wore out. We got plenty of fun stuff we can do today. So I'm gonna let it warm up. We'll clean up, roll around the block a bit, maybe jump around the freeway, and I just want to listen for that rear end. Last time I was driving it, we had the Square Boys on there, and they're going ka-thunk, 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 and the thing rattles inside. So just want to make sure she's nice and quiet as a mouse. So all right, we got everything kind of up to temp, coolant, got the fans kicked on, transmission's still cool, but yeah, I mean, it seems great. We got up to third gear, it's shifting normal. It's the first time I've had it out since we were just beating the crud out of it. So let me jump on here. We'll let you guys know how we're looking, and you know, if we hear anything odd. Ace Ventura. Fourth gear, cruising. Gotta get her up to speed a little bit. A little gun shy. Did lock upon, everything kicked in. Boom, boom, boom. Awesome. Let me go down a ways, but so far, it's gravy. Look at that electric Mustang. Who wants one of those? Come on, people. That thing's ugly. I don't care who you are. So, doing good. Got a little bit of traffic getting off. I'm going to spin it back around and head back down. Like I said, I think we got enough fuel and we're good to go. Temperatures look good. She's functioning properly. I don't hear nothing much, so we're going to jam some tunes. We'll bring you back when we get home. I'll let you know if anything kind of odd happened. And then if not, we're going to call it a W. We're going to move on. We got other projects and things to work on. And I'm just glad that so far so good. Hopefully the Winnebago's back in action. And then we move on to the boom. Bam, we got the spikes back on. I hit it one more time with the air gun after driving it around for a little while. That is it. That is a wrap, and I do have to say this. I'm pretty proud of myself for the fact that we got done and accomplished what I set out to do. I don't know, it's like almost 3 years ago. We built this thing, and I was like, I wanted to do burnouts. We did a burnout, and then I was like, I want to do a burnout while it looks nice. We got that accomplished too. We trashed some parts, but I was able to get things fixed, get it back on the road. Now we can start having some fun with it and showing it off versus just tearing it up. So at this point, there's no more reason to tear it up, but we're gonna wrap this video, and I am going to leave you with both burnouts from the Twinnebago, and I hope you guys enjoy this. We got a bunch more content to come with this thing, and man, I'm just stoked to have it back in action, because one project is enough to put on your plate. And now I've got 2 more, because I've got the boom, and then after that we've got a pacer at some point. So enjoy the burnouts. Thank you guys for following along. I really appreciate it. Thank you for cheering me on. It helps a bunch, and like I said, I couldn't be more excited and more proud that I pulled off the impossible. You guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, share. Till next time, I'm out.